And here we go. Indonesia on the left in the red. Japan in the blue on the right. Here goes Sandy Walsh. Up towards Kambuaya. Our hand will get it clear. Here's Hubner. Hubner in towards Kambuaya.
It will be interesting to see how cautious they will start the game, you know? Will they risk it? Will they go for the fast first goal? Or are they like, okay, let's just firstly warm up and see how it goes?
Yeah, will it be a feeling out process, or will they go all guns blazing? I think because these two teams have played each other in the group stage, they'll already have that feeling. They'll already know what the other team is capable of.
They do.
But it's a case now of who can put their best game plan together. As we said, playing for points is a lot different than it is playing for a series. Of course, this is a best of 3. This is 2v2, and it is uniform settings. So if you're wondering what the rule book is at home, there you have it, as the ball looks towards Sananta, but it's cleared away. Setate forward. Towards Doan, it's going to go out of play. Nope, it's been kept in there. Here's Arhan. Arhan to Kambuaya. Yeah, as we can see, 68,000 viewers in the live chat for the final. Of course, we expect that to go up with every kick. The anticipation is electric.
It will.
It absolutely will. The fandoms of these two nations, it doesn't really matter what sport they're competing in, whether it be virtual or real. They will follow their teams to the conclusion of any tournament, as Makeda, Tate, Minamino.
Yeah, quite visible here that Japan is again stretching the game really wide. The distance between the players is really, really huge. So it can work out. But as we've seen in the first game in the group stage, Indonesia found good solutions to break that game of Japan.
Yeah, as we see, Sullivan and Kumbaya. Clark looking in field, Clark looking in again, he's looking for Sananta, it's cleared away. It is going to be that chess match that we anticipate. It may be a mistake that may let Japan in, but because again, as we heard from some of the other players and some of the other teams, they maybe highlight Japan. They like to kind of almost feast on their opponent's errors, as it were. As the header looks to be got in there is Doan, and Ueda's making the run. Ueda's in on goal. Ueda strikes, good save for the goalkeeper, and it's cleared away by Indonesia.
The first good chance here for Japan. Yeah, what Indonesia makes so special is that they are using the fast, agile, nimble dribblers on the wings, as well as the strong physicality players in the center, the tall players. You know, they are good in dribblings, they are good in headings. That makes them really versatile.
Danger on here as well, here for Indonesia. They might look to have their first opportunity. Here is Karaka, and it's Hatate that will get it clear. Here is Nakamura. Into Forage down the left-hand side. He's got away from his opponent down the left here, but he's been brought back here, but he's managed to play a ball there to Hatate. Hatate looking in, but it's cleared away once more. Karaka, headed clear by Makeda. And the ball is back here to Sananta. Could be a little bit of a counter-attack here potentially for Indonesia. Suleiman.
Yeah, half an hour played and no clear goal chance for Indonesia right now.
Yeah, there hasn't really been an opportunity for them just yet. But give it time, folks, give it time. This may look like it is a bit of a chess match, and that is because it absolutely is. It's going to be one misstep, you have to feel, for one of these nations to potentially take the lead in game one. Doan looking across towards Ueda towards Hatate. Blocked away there eventually by Indonesia, and Clark will lead it forward. Here's Karaka.
Calming down the game.
Good deflection away there by Nakamura, and 38 in-game minutes gone here. What have you seen from these two teams?
Yeah, first impression, really cautious, both of them. And this is really understandable. Why should you risk it from the very first second in the grand final when you have a best of 3?
Absolutely. When you've got time on your side, why try and risk it much too early? As you see, Doan wins the header. Suleiman.
And who's punishing mistakes better than these both teams?
Absolutely. You don't want to give any gifts to Indonesia. You certainly don't want to give them to Japan either. Can be right. Just looking for an option there, just that isn't surrounded by a blue shirt. He may have to wait some time. He's found Karaka with a really good ball.
They know exactly when to slow down and speed up the gameplay. Indonesia. Nice defensive behavior, nice dual behavior here from Japan. Yeah, they are not offering any space for Indonesia. They are like, no, you are not breaking through here.
Oh, wait for that. Sananta looks to latch onto a ball as injury time comes and goes. And there goes the half-time whistle in game number 1. Indonesia 0, Japan 0. And Ned, again, put your coach hat on. Who'd be the happier of these two teams with a 0-0 at this stage?
The first 35 minutes I would go for Japan. The last 10 minutes Indonesia was able to get more and more control of the game, but it's really tight, it's really close. It's hard to pick out here one team and say, yeah, they are better. Japan had one goal chance, Indonesia no. Hard to say here. They are balanced.
Yeah, almost too balanced. They are very much their equals at this moment in time, as we have the game plan screen open to our right-hand side. Again, if you are looking for it at home or even in the arena, the Indonesian team are on the left-hand side of that game plan screen and Japan are on the right-hand side, and there doesn't appear to be any changes just yet.
They are thinking, they are talking. You can see that they're a little bit indecisive. Let's see if they go for a change or not. Right now it seems not so.
Here we go. Maybe there was one tiny change there. Karaka going into the centre, which is a little bit different. And look at the stats there. It's so tight to call.
Please have your entry tickets at hand, as it's time to announce today's winning lottery.
60% possession for Indonesia, 40% for Japan, but possession is not the most important aspect here. We could see that Indonesia, lots of attacks cancelled, run back, and build up the attack new. So possession for me is always worthy and valuable when it's in the opponent's half and in the area of the opponent's box. But like now, I don't feel them controlling the game that much, but Indonesia is making well in speeding up counter-attacks, slowing down the counter-attacks when it's necessary.
Yeah, I mean, the key stat I'm kind of looking at there is interceptions, almost double, or if not double, on the Indonesian side versus the Japanese side, and we just get a shot of the Japanese bench there. And like I say, I think they would be the happier of the two teams going in at the break at 0-0. They've seen how much free scoring that Indonesia have been during this tournament, and they've managed to just kind of keep them quiet in that first 35-40 minutes.
Yep.
They've been able to calm it down and just keep it locked down, and I think that'll be their key to victory. If they can keep that stubborn defence going, it's gonna kind of increase the pressure on Indonesia, where mentally they may be thinking, we haven't scored yet. We know we score by now. What's happened to the clock?
Yeah, exactly.
What's happening? And it has that effect, maybe.
Yep. They will need to. They can't play safe. They can't play for a draw for 90 minutes, as we said before. We will find a winner.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to have a winner. There is no both teams putting hands on the trophy. One of these two teams it'll either be Indonesia or Japan at the conclusion of this best-of-3 series.
You can see they are not relaxed, they are not chilled. You can see they are focused, and this is very, very understandable.
It very much is, as we get back underway here. Japan in the blue from left to right. Indonesia from right to left. Will it be Tim Garuda lifting the trophy, or will it be the Blue Samurai? We will find out by the end of play today, as Ueda wins the header. Sananta recovers it well. Nakamura in towards Doan. He's looking for Ueda instead. Walsh will clear it away. Satata in towards Ueda, in towards Nakamura. It's good defending there by Jordi Amat. It's cleared away. As Minamino recovers it. Japan started early. And it's cleared away once more.
That was the third time in a row that Japan was in the box of Indonesia in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, Sananta looks to be that lightning rod of attention for Indonesia. Ball in towards Sananta, it's cleared away. Goes for a goal kick.
Finally we were able to see the goalkeeper of Japan.
Yeah, it's a very strange thing to say when you're watching a game of Indonesia.
Crazy, isn't it?
To see that they've not really been in the opponent's penalty box. It's really strange, especially over what we've seen so far in this tournament.
Yes,
that back. As I take a quick glance while there was a slight lull in play just around this arena, the intensity is just palpable here. Everybody transfixed by the game we are seeing on our screen. Sananta heads it down. Here's Cambodia. Cheap foul on the halfway line. 56 minutes gone, and opening stages of the second half. Are you seeing anything that might be kind of bringing to your attention, that might be sticking out for you?
Not really. Both are still really cautious. They don't want to risk any mistake, which is still understandable for me, but slowly but surely there needs to be a change. They need to risk, they need to go for the attack, they need to try to score a goal. Both of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody needs to break the deadlock here, or we do end up going into the lotteries of extra time and penalties, and that'll only be to settle game one. We still potentially have two other games of Indonesia and Japan to come. It all rides on these results that we're seeing here live on your screen. 60 minutes gone, give or take, and it is still 0-0. Long throw goes in, looking for Ueda. It's cleared away.
It's a privilege to watch these two countries playing against each other, enjoying this high-skill gameplay, the best skill play, the best gameplay which we can see in co-op right now on this planet.
You see Minamino looking for Ueda, cleared away by Hubner. Hubner forward to Cambodia. Cambodia down to Sananta. Sananta towards Cambodia. Sananta. Clock. Beautiful ball out wide to Cambodia. Cambodia looking in for Sananta, but he's cleared away. Corner ball.
Really smart. Yeah, but in Indonesia still 0 shots. We are in the 65th minute.
Yep, 65, give or take. It's almost unheard of. But the problem with it is that Indonesia are so clinical, they're only going to need one real clean sight of the goal, and then the rest is history.
That's a good point.
Absolutely, as you see, you can just see that almost that, as we said, that kind of playbook of Japanese substitutes. It's normally Asano, Kubo, Ito. You've seen loads of players come on, as we'll see them there. It's just a fresh slate up at the attack. But it's Indonesia looking to get the flick on with Sananta. It's cleared away on his for Suleiman. There is Ito, fresh off the bench here. Charging down the left-hand side here. Ito plays out a play that's a bit disappointing from Japan.
Right now, I wouldn't speak about disappointment because they're doing really good, in my opinion. And as far as I see, Indonesia didn't sub players. Is it correct?
I believe I didn't spot any substitutes. They may be leaving it slightly later. Maybe they are anticipating that they're going to extra time here. That might be the play that they may be looking at, as Arhan looks to play that long forward, looking for Poki Karaka. Finds the header on. Sananta in on goal. Sananta's in on goal. Can he score? Yes, he can! Indonesia take the lead! It is Sananta. He's been so on fire for them all the way through this tournament. He is there again for them in the final.
Did you see the calmness? He was so calm. He was watching the goalkeeper till the very last second. Wow. Wow. Wow.
As they say in my homeland, there's ice in the veins, and he needed it there, did Sananta. And as you said, they waited and waited and waited, and it was a bit of who's gonna move first.
And you mentioned it like 2 minutes ago. They only need one chance. Here you go.
There you go.
Clinical in person.
Absolutely, indeed. As we'll see substitutes in now for Indonesia. What are we seeing here? Seeing any tactical switches?
Yeah, they're switching the players in the front to have more explosiveness. Of course, the game is not over. There's still a probability they will concede a goal, and then you will need to go for the extra time. And for that, you will need strong forwards to be able to score more goals. Even when you go on penalty knockouts, it's important to have players who are able to score penalties.
Just as we said, you said it would get more in terms of audiences. We have just over 125,000 people in the live stream viewing this final, and this is only game one. This is not even the kind of the long haul. You are here to watch the long haul, as we see Drajan, Ferdinand, 18 minutes roughly left to go.
How good will be Indonesia in icing the game? But I don't think they have any ability which is lacking where they have a disadvantage or something like that. I think even this they will be able to handle very well.
Yeah, go with a long throw in, and it's towards an answer, but it's cleared away. Here's Morita, and can Japan unlock this Indonesian defence? They have two down the left-hand side. One of them's Asano. Asano, bit of super cancels, but it's brilliantly well watched by Sandy Walsh, and you can almost hear from the Indonesian support in the arena. They are cheering everything, every tackle, every shot, every pass. They are right behind their boys here.
Full blood support.
Absolutely, indeed. It is unadulterated support in the arena here for Indonesia. Japan will look to puncture that good feeling, though. It's Asano. And
look at that defense. You see only rod waves.
It is. They seem to be outnumbered in attack currently, but you notice why at the bottom of your screen they are on all-out defence. Indonesia, they have got everybody back that they can. Long ball in towards Ueda. It's cleared away. Morita, it's a bit of a poor header, and as a result, Ito will look to just marshal that back to his goalkeeper. And again, the longer the ball stays in between those white lines, the quicker the clock will tick down. So Japan are kind of running out of time here as Ramdhani plays it down the left-hand side. Tomiyasu wins it back for Japan, and it's Ahan that clears it away once more. It's Ikuda. Just win the header, and Jenna tries to recover it. Tomiyasu does. He gets a beautiful ball in towards Ueda. Here is Kubo. Kubo looking for Ueda, and he's just run out of space. I say run out of space. Indonesia closed off that space.
They are. There, especially with so many defenders, there's almost no space for Japan, and that makes it really hard to score, of course.
So it's going to make it harder and harder, especially so long into the game. There is only 5 in-game minutes left here, plus whatever the referee adds. We have seen late goals in this tournament. Will we see another one? Asano, and he gets pocket pinched by Patinama. Launches the ball forward.
Yeah, they are clearing the ball all the time, and like, Japan, here you go. Build your game up and try to score. So hard.
So hard to do, and
it's
a hill to climb. It really is a hill to climb when you are up against it, and then your team or your opponent goes against what you would expect. As we see time ticking down here, both are on opposite ends of the kind of attacking spectrum here. There's 4 in-game minutes left now. We're into injury time. Makida was up from the defence, but he's cleared away again. It's Ito. It's cleared and deflected into a brilliant bit of space there for Asano, or at least Japan have kind of claimed that back. Ueda, Makida. Makida, there is Asano. Asano, can he shape to shoot? He does. It's a great save for the goal. Oh my God! What an equaliser at the death, and we are now going to go into extra time.
Can you believe that?
It was a good job the camera didn't come to me, because I was out of my chair for that one. Makida, wow. You'll see it again here. Med, run us through that.
They believed to the last second into themselves, and they rewarded themselves with a bounce back here. Wow.
I think that was Kubo that tapped it in. We'll wait for a goal combination. But Japan have themselves into the game, and it is confirmed it was Kubo. We now have a full time of 1-1, and we now go into extra time. Man, we didn't really think they could get a goal right at the death, but they've gone all out attack, and now they've got to try and mentally reset going into extra time. How difficult is that as a player?
From which point of view?
From Japan and from Indonesia. How difficult is it to just go in and reset?
But for Japan, of course, this is a big win. They've lost everything almost, and then they have a second chance now. It's a restart. While we're talking about restart here ago, they started the extra time. For Indonesia, of course, it's harder. But they will give their best. They have their players substituted later in. Now with a big chance here.
Oh, just gone past the post. What a chance that was. Struck.
Their players are a little more fit. They have more stamina because they subbed in later. So that could be a little advantage here in this phase of the game.
You talked about possession at half-time. Japan have swung that back the other way. It is now 51-49 as opposed to 59-41. So Japan have started to get more of the ball. And that'll be, again, great news if you're a fan of the Blue Samurai. They have got themselves into at least an extra time position. And again, I don't want to talk about it, but we could potentially be talking about penalties even in game one. I mean, that's, as we said, that's how tight this game could go. That's how tight it could become. But this might be what separates these two teams. And we certainly saw Japan's kind of expertise against the Islamic Republic of Iran, and they kind of got that third game.
Now we need to be focused because both of the teams are able to create great free kick variants. Let's see.
Weather was up for it, but it's cleared away. Is Struik to Randani. It's cleared away. Here's Morita. Morita in towards Ito. Ito down the right-hand side here. Can Japan find a ball into the box? They've managed to have just about find a ball in, but it's gone out of touch.
Yeah.
They were doing some good work, good left stick dribbling. I know you're a big fan of that, Med, in terms of that kind of stop-start and just trying to unseat your opponent. How important is it when you're at this level of the game?
Especially in this mode, where the players are not high-rated. They have all a uniform rate. There is the left stick dribbling, which is becoming more and more important here.
As you see, Ferdinand across to Randani. Indonesia looking to forage and collect a goal here. It's a beautiful ball found to Patinama. Patinama to Struik.
Struik, this calmness, this patience. Wow.
Struik still waiting. Patinama into Rajad. Rajad at the edge of the box. His pocket has been pinched by Itakura. Kubo just about gets away from that physical challenge. But he's given, it looked like he'd given the ball away, but I think both players weren't anticipating that ball was going to make it through.
Great eye, exactly. The last chance probably for Indonesia here. Here you go.
It's Patinama. Patinama to Randani in towards Patinama. But it's marshalled away by Itakura, and there is half-time and extra time. And all of that excitement has now kind of descended back into that tension. It was all of the excitement of the injury time equaliser, yes, which has now just suddenly turned into the tension of extra time, and the walls are just starting to kind of close in here.
Oh, Japan has got a substitution left. Wow, that could be interesting.
We have indeed, and it is Maeda of Celtic, who is a prominent forward to have at your disposal. I mean, you talk about players that have the player skills in game. You're looking at him. It's a roaming flank, which is pretty interesting, but he has first-time shooting.
Yes, he got the penalty.
He does penalty specialist.
Yeah, this is what they are looking for.
He's got track back and fighting spirit as well, so maybe they're looking for a more defensive style in that opening bit, as we'll see in the second half of extra time. Randani down the left-hand side, but it's Tomiyasu who recovers it. Maybe, as you quite rightly said, maybe Japan have got one eye on a penalty shootout here, but it's something to be careful of, though, because, again, as you've rightly said throughout this tournament, if you head for the draw, more often than not, you'll lose. But Maeda is free, and he's trying to get the ball into the box. Oh. There's a bit of a mistake there. Kubo nearly gets the ball. It's cleared away by Indonesia.
Yeah, Indonesia are showing nerves here.
Ito, Kubo trying to combine down that right-hand side. Ito swings the ball in. Maeda cleared away. Tomiyasu in towards Ito. Ito with a long ball in, looking for Maeda's header again, but it's going to be headed back down into traffic as Kubo nearly gets the wrong side of Indonesia's defender. That would have really been trouble for them. Here's Ferdinand. Ferdinand to Jenna. Kubo intercepts, finds Ito. Ito back inside to Kubo. Kubo looks for a brilliant through ball to Maeda, but it's cleared away by Hubner.
And you can see that Indonesia is playing on blue. They are on defensive. Didn't see that with a draw.
Randani down the left-hand side, stunning cross in. It's hit the keeper. Woo. Oh no, it could have gone absolutely anywhere. I hate to break it to you folks. I think, without maybe jinxing it here, it looks like we might be heading for the dreaded penalty kicks unless Japan have this one last chance. Asano down the left-hand side looking for Maeda. Ito's pulled back into the middle and it's cleared away. Hide behind your sofas, Japan fans. Hide behind your sofas, Indonesia fans. There is a penalty shootout here, and you may not want to look. This is going to be tense.
Oh, it will be definitely.
This is going to be every kick matters.
Indonesia starting. Oh, quick start.
Power penalty scores to Indonesia. 1-0 in the shootout.
Ice cold.
Well, if you're not used to watching games of football, if we get past the 5-all stage, as Maeda stays up, he will go to sudden death. Maeda saved by Indonesia. Indonesia to make it 2-0 on the shootout. A little bit of gamesmanship from Maekawa in goal. Just those little moments, just maybe trying to just unseat.
Yeah, they're going for mind games.
Let's see what happens here. Indonesia steps up, and it's up the post! Oh, that is unlucky for Indonesia. And can Japan kind of reset the advantage here in the penalty shootout? I believe, squinting at that back, it's number 18, Asano. Super sub on, and saved by Indonesia!
Oh.
It is a lottery.
Oh, fast penalty here.
Oh, and it's in! I think they thought because the penalty was taken too quickly, well, they're not going to have picked the side.
Yeah.
Indonesia with the advantage. They are 2 up in the shootout. Kubo scored. He even caught me off guard.
Yeah, it was close.
Very much kept me off guard, but Japan have themselves on the score sheet in the shootout. What will happen here? Maekawa is going to have to make a save or get some fortune by the woodwork. It's Arhan. It's wide!
Whoa.
Nerves telling here in the shootout. Japan to reset the advantage. Mood is tense here. Which way will they go? Japan steps up and scores into the bottom corner.
So accurate.
What an accurate penalty, and it was the right time they needed it. It's Patinama.
Really fast.
Here we go. Patinama steps up. Save by Japan!
Match ball.
Match point. If Japan score this, they take the first game 1-0. If they miss, we go to sudden death penalties. It's going to be Ito. Save! Sudden death penalties, ladies and gentlemen. We don't see that very often in eFootball.
You want it, you get it.
That's what we call for. Indonesia have to score. Indonesia scored!
This is so intense.
Oh, sudden death penalties. Penalties is one thing, but sudden death is another. Japan have to score. Japan are going to step up here. Which way are they going, and will Indonesia get it? Japan, they have! Indonesia take the first point in the penalty shootout, and they take the first game. Well,